Let's use workflows to automatically send a message to our customers once the job is closed to request an online review. Head into your JobTread settings and then click on that Workflows tab. Now we're going to click Plus Workflow and select Import from Library. Here we're going to locate the Request for Review After Job is Closed template and then click Import. Now, it's really important when using templates that you check every single step of the workflow to make sure it matches your needs. So let's first check the trigger. There's nothing special there. Basically, this workflow is going to be fired as soon as a job is updated. Ooh, well now we need to say how the job is updated in order to trigger it. Otherwise, we're going to be sending this message out for every single job update. We don't need that. So let's go into our filter step and let's make sure that it's only when the job is closed. Here we have a filter that says the job is closed on exists. That means when that toggle is on, saying the job is closed, then we are going to continue this workflow. If job closed on does not exist, then we're not going to continue the workflow and we will stop it at this point. Perfect. Okay, that looks good to me. You don't have to change anything here. So let's go to the next step of our action that we're going to take when the job is closed. Here is our action for creating a comment. Now you have the option to have a specific user create that comment. So you can click Run as User, and now you can choose an internal user from your organization to be the one that sends the comment. Now they're not gonna have to actually send it, it will be automatic, but it will appear as though that individual sent the message to the customer. If you don't choose anyone here and you toggle this off, then that is going to mean that the message will come from JobTread. That's probably not the most great experience for your customer to receive a message that JobTread is reminding them to write an online review. So I would highly recommend choosing someone from your company to be the one that's sending that message. So let's choose Flo here. And then we can also go down and say whether or not this message will be pinned to the top of the message board. Well, since the job is closed now, and this is going to probably be one of the final messages that you send to this customer for a while, you can definitely make that true, and then that will exist on the top of that message board for them, and hopefully it will remind them to write that review. All right, we'll go on down to the message section. Here is where you can edit this message. Now, this is really important. You don't really want the link to go to www.example.com. Instead, you can put your own URL between these parentheses here. Now, what you're going to see here too is that you have review link listed in brackets. That means that this text review link will be hyperlinked with the hyperlink that you list between the parentheses. So between the brackets is the text for that link, and between the parentheses is the link itself. So you could change review link if you want to, or just leave that, and then that will be linked with the URL between the parentheses. So we can change this to jobtread.com. Awesome. All right. And then we can change the name. The name is the message subject. So make it something nice and friendly. I'm just going to change this to review request. And now we have the target ID and the target type. The target ID is always telling the system where you want this message to land. So at this time, I care about it landing on the job feed. So that's where it says job ID. So it's going to show that message on this particular job, and it will be on the job message feed. That works. You don't have to change that at all. And we have the target type as job as opposed to a document or a task. That's perfect. So leave that as well. All right, so nice and simple. That's all you need to do. So now we can go ahead and hit save. And when we're ready, we can click the inactive button on the top right to make it active, and then save our changes once more and verify our work. Once we make this workflow active, I highly recommend testing it out. So go ahead and create a test or practice job, then click that edit job button on the top right of your job to close out the job, and then see if the message gets posted on the feed. If you run into any issues or if you have any questions, contact your success manager or email support@jobtread.com. Thanks.